You're watching the CHEO Telethon, live on CTV.
Hi, I'm George Hanna, president of Gabriel Pizza. As a proud father of 3 boys, I can't express how valuable CHEO has been to myself and to my family. Gabriel Pizza is a proud sponsor of the CHEO Telethon and will be for years to come. Let's go, Ottawa. Let's get out there and support CHEO.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Gabriel's Pizza. Yummy!
Welcome back. In the second hour of the CHEO Telethon, we take a closer look at Roger Nielsen House, a hospice for pediatric palliative care built right on the grounds of CHEO.
The focus enriching the quality of lives for the child and their families, no matter how short their time is.
Katie Griffin joins us now with the executive director of Roger Nielsen House. Katie.
Thank you. When you hear the words palliative care, you may think of imminent death and dying, but for the teams at CHEO and Roger Nielsen House, it's about making the most out of life. Joining us now is Megan Wright, the director of palliative care at CHEO and the executive director of Roger Nielsen House. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So what would you like people to understand about pediatric palliative care?
I think when people think about palliative care, they think about the end of life, those last few days of life. And here at Roger Nielsen House and at CHEO, our team is with the family from diagnosis right through their illness and then support them through their grief and bereavement as well. And really what we try to do through all of that time is making sure that the family, the child, the youth has all of those opportunities to be a child, to be a youth. So whether that's offering summer camp or respite programs, we really make sure that the children are living every life, every minute of every life that they possibly can, and having all those special moments. So it really is about living their best life for as long as they possibly can.
And you see infants right all the way up to teenagers. How do palliative care services change? And what if there's a sibling?
Yeah, so for our perinatal hospice program, really looking after those infants and those first moments of life, it really is about offering the parents the opportunity to do those first baths, the pictures, cuddling in bed, doing those first story times, walks, and making sure that the parents get to know their infant for however long that they have with that infant. With teenagers, it's often about making sure that they have the opportunities for being kids and having fun. So again, whether it's that summer camp opportunity, whether it's field trips that we do with our teenagers, whether it's playing pool down on Roger Nielsen's pool table in our basement here, it really is about meeting them where they're at and making sure that they can be kids and just have fun. We also often with our teenagers have the opportunity to talk to them about what it feels like to be sick, what it feels like to make sure that they have a legacy after their death, and talking to them about things that they want at their own funerals, as an example. And so it really is about, whether it's a child, a family, an infant, or a teenager, it's about providing them opportunities to have a voice in what is important to them.
And how important is community support for those programs available to those accessing palliative care services at CHEO and Roger Nielsen House?
Yeah, so at Roger Nielsen House, we are a pediatric hospice, and so our funding is different than that of a hospital. So we really do count on every dollar we get from our community. We are only funded to 50% of our overall operating budget. So every dollar that we get from the community, we're really fortunate to put that dollar back into care. And all of our grief and bereavement services, our respite programs, our summer camp, families don't pay for any of those services. So it's really important that the community supports families and supports kids to be able to have those moments, have those opportunities, have the support and grief and care that they need when they need it. And so we're really appreciative for every dollar that comes through events like the telethon or any other event that gives back to the community at Roger Nielsen House.
It is such a very special place. Megan Wright, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.
Now back to the desk.
All right, thanks, Katie. The Hubley family, of course, lives a very public life. They have never forgotten Jamie, of course, their son they lost to depression in 2011, speaking publicly about that and being very, very close to CHEO and the work that CHEO does.
Yeah, incredible what they have done. Leanne Cusack has another check presentation for us. Leanne.
Joining us now, we have the wonderful director and project creator of the Wonderland Tea Party, Wendy Hubley. Wendy, you raise funds for CHEO year after year. I understand $118,000 to date. you turned grief into action. Please tell us about that.
Hi, thank you for having us. The Wonderland Tea Party's in its 8th year, and we are proud to have raised $118,000. And in the last 7 years, this event is in memory of our son Jamie, who passed in 2011 of suicide. And he loved tea parties. That's why I came up with that event. And this year, I would like to dedicate this year to all the families I've met over the years who have lost their children.
You have been so incredible in your generosity of spirit, both in your fundraising and in the work that you have done on youth mental health. We're so grateful to you. We mentioned $118,000 to date. Well, that's not including the total today. The virtual check that you are presenting now will be added to that total. You have brought along a check for
$39,646.
That is incredible. Wendy, thank you so much. That's a pretty incredible tea party.
Thank you very much.
It's great to see that.
That is a pretty good tea party. Wonderful legacy, for sure.
Yeah. Let's head to the phone banks with Matt Scooby. And oh, look, he's got a box of pizza with him, of course.
Oh, Graham, so much food. We are so thankful to our sponsors. But yes, in case you missed that earlier, it's Gabriel Pizza Hour. Can I just oh, it smells so good. I'm so excited to dive into this shortly. So thank you to Gabriel's for this. Don't forget to call us, too. I don't think any of them are eating. Oh, there's there was someone having a small sip, which is good because we have to keep all of our phone operators hydrated because they're going to be busy over the course of the next little bit. So be sure, be on standby to give us a call. I'm going to go enjoy my pizza, and we'll talk to you shortly. Graham and Patricia.
All right, thank you. And I'm sure there's, he's taking off that pizza right now.
He's breathing all over it. That's his now. Yeah, there you go.
We're going to head back to Leanne Cusack and another check presentation, this one from Marriott. Leanne.
Thank you. We have a special bit of history to share. Caitlin McDonald is the Senior Marketing Manager for Marriott Hotels. Caitlin, I understand your company was the first partner to become an official sponsor of the Children's Miracle Network back in 1983. That's remarkable. Tell us a bit about the 40-year relationship and why it's so important.
You know, with Marriott, this has been a really strong relationship as long as I can remember, as long as I've been with the company. And we constantly are looking for new ways to raise money for CHEO and to support our local children's hospital. You know, this last year, our big programs were our Skate Weston program, our Bike Weston program, where our guests were able to rent bicycles for $10, and all that money went to CHEO. We do Jeans Day with our associates, where they can donate $5 and they get to wear jeans to work. We participate in Miracle Treat Day. We do a Root Beer Float Day, all just to raise money. And we do this at the Marriott properties across Ottawa.
So much creative fundraising, and we are so grateful. And today you are presenting a check for
$7,634.
Thank you so much to the team at Marriott Hotels. Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you so much.
Losing a child, of course, is a parent's worst nightmare.
2 days away from the 1-year anniversary of losing her son, one mom now shares how staff at Roger Nielsen House go above and beyond supporting her terminally ill child and their family. Here's Katie Griffin.
Thank you very much. Roger Nielsen House is a home away from home for many families, accessing not just palliative care services, but also respite for those coping with the many challenges of an illness. The family of Yusuf Adra was one of them. He was almost 12 years old when he passed away last June. I'm joined now by his mom, Amira Aladra. Thank you very much for being here today.
You're so welcome.
Please tell us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Please tell us a little bit about Yusuf.
Yusuf, he's a child that born with so much health complications. At 3-4 weeks of my pregnancy, on a regular ultrasound, we found out that he has a medical issue called non-immune hydrops. For that all the fluids that should be around him, it was inside his tiny body. Severe cerebral palsy, he was visually impaired, crazy seizures all day long.
You spent a lot of time at Roger Nielsen House, and when you're talking about him there. He really responded when he was brought there, and you say that they were really quite a family to him and to you.
All my family, I have other 3 kids. All of us were here. They were like introducing all the medical help that they can do. They were surrounding him with the love. Even the nurses, they were helping me with the kids, with my other kids, so I can spend more time with Yusuf. They were taking my kids, like sometimes a tour in the Rogers house or in the playing in the playing room. They were providing us with the hot meals.
And can you talk a little bit about the care and the services that you and he also received in his final days?
They offered me a special moment that we removed all the devices on him for his last few minutes. And they put him on my arm. They surrounded me with the nurses and volunteers and some of my family. And he passed away in my hands.
And I'm so sorry for your loss, and very glad that Roger Nielsen House was able to be there for your family as we approach this 1-year anniversary of Yusuf's passing. By sharing your story and his story, what do you want to say to other parents who may be going through the same thing?
I just wanted to tell them that you are so strong. You are braves. You are the only one who believes in your child. And my advice to them, always follow your feeling to your child. Like the doctors knows and thanks for them. They know a lot about your child, especially here in Raja's house and the people who's following him. So I told them, I just want to tell them that feel to your child. This connectivity between you and this child is the key to know what you have to do. And if you have been ever, you can get the support for Raja's house from Just Get It, and you have to know that he's in very good hands. Even sometimes is better than us as a parents. So yeah, just he's gonna be in very good hands, and he will be absolutely happy here.
Amira, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
And back to you at the desk.
Incredible personal stories. Just
the bravery to share those stories because you want to support CHEO and Roger Nielsen House and reach out to other parents out there as well. Yeah, thank you.
all of it connected, of course, on this telethon, and a big part of that is our Miracle Match. And Matt has another one coming up right now, Matt.
This Miracle Match is sponsored by Hydro Ottawa.
And let's head over to Matt now. That was my mistake.
All good.
Matt Scooby.
I was following his lead.
Yeah.
Graham and Patricia, Hydro Ottawa has deep roots in the community. It's a company that gives where it lives and recognizes the important role that it plays in creating a strong, supportive, healthy community for all. Julie Lupinacci is the Chief Customer Officer and joins us now. Julie, tell us about why you're supporting CHEO today.
Well, Matt, thanks so much for having us. And CHEO, we've been a big sponsor of CHEO for a lot of years. And every year we ask our employees, where we're wanting to spend our money. And we do a lot of fundraising, we do a lot of charity giving and work within the community. And as you said, our company loves to give where we live. And my family, a lot of the people's family at Hydro Ottawa have been impacted by CHEO and all the work that they do. So we do love giving to this cause. And this year's no different. We know the important role that CHEO plays in creating a strong and healthy community for everybody, including the children and youth and the families that attend CHEO. So it is our absolute honor to be able to be one of this year's Miracle Match.
Well, we certainly appreciate it so much, Julie. Thank you so much to you and to everyone at Hydro Ottawa for this today.
Thank you.
Okay, you heard Julie too. Let's start it. Start the clock on our 3-minute miracle match right now. This is a $10,000 miracle match. This is one of the big ones. If you've waited to call or if you're just tuning into the CHEO Telethon, now is the time that you can help. 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. Grab your phone. Call right now. Do it. It doesn't take much. Swipe up, get to the phone numbers, and be able to call us right now because your donation is being doubled over the course of the next 3 minutes. Again, the board is there. We leave the board up so we don't do math, but $25 right now turns into $50 thanks to Hydro Ottawa, so on and so forth all the way up. I just want to give a quick shout out to Laurier Optical, the Orleans location. They are a proud community supporter of CHEO. They just gave $1,000. And again, we know everyone can't do that. They're a wonderful business who have supported CHEO so many different times, but even $5 right now gets doubled to $10. I know things are expensive, but hey, if you can, right, give us a call, have your credit card ready, be able to do that. Griffin, how much time do we have left?
Hello there! There's only 2 minutes left in this miracle match. See you later!
Hey, Griffin, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for helping us out on this beautiful Sunday. I love that shirt and Griffin's energy. Match Griffin's energy. And you know what? Match the energy of everyone that is in our virtual phone bank right now. It's not just these people. Trust me, all of those people can't handle all the calls that you're making right now, but it's $10,000 miracle match courtesy of Hydro Ottawa. So give us a call right now. Put them to work. That's who we want to be working right now, is those answering the phones. I'm just going to stand there and watch them for you for a sec. Look, I think every single one of them is on the phone, which is a good news, right? Talking, thinking, going all the way through. Call them right now, 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. I'm going to be saying that number over in my head time and time again. I'm going to have dreams about it tonight, but just call them right now to be able to do that. Caden, how much time do we have left in this miracle match?
1 minute to call. Call now to thank CHEO.
Hey, the flowers, beautiful spring day out there today. Hope you're enjoying your weekend, Caden. Thanks so much for helping us out. Also, you know who is enjoying their weekend is Aaron. Quick story too. Aaron's CHEO story goes back to 1998. So broke his leg 4 times. Ouch. Needed CHEO for all those times. But then when we got after all those injuries, he actually had an absentee seizure, was diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer, and as a result, they found a tennis ball-sized tumor on his brain. He had treatment at CHEO, he had surgery at CHEO, he is doing well today, Aaron, and we are proud to say Aaron has donated $2,500 to CHEO today because, again, and has been cancer-free 25 years. Congratulations, Aaron. Thank you for supporting us today. It doesn't have to be $2,500. If it is, and you get it in, we're going to double that, which is absolutely wonderful, let me tell you. But we cannot thank everyone enough for your generosity on a day like today. We have the best community to live in, and this is one of those days to prove it. All of a sudden, where did those 3 minutes go? Hydro Ottawa, thank you so much for that $10,000 miracle match. Graham and Patricia.
Fantastic. We love those miracle matches.
Time flies when Matt Scooby's out there chatting and getting the phones ringing. We want to go back to Leanne Cusack now one more time. Leanne.
On this June day, think back to a snowy day this winter, a day that was snow angel worthy. We have 2 snow angels joining us now, Roland Tenholder and Dawn Pickering, also known as Abby and Ollie's mom. And Ollie is a huge reason for you being here today. Please tell us about that, Dawn.
He sure is. Ollie is an almost 11-year-old cancer and stem cell transplant survivor who went blind during cancer. And we've been grateful to be able to be part of the Snow Angels for CHEO campaign the last 3 years and lend Ollie's story to help raise money for CHEO.
And Roland says that Ollie is all in.
He is. He's doing fantastic. Skateboarding, karate, blind hockey this winter in addition to making Snow Angels. So he's just living his best life.
Oh, well, you are enabling so many to live their best lives. Roland, please tell us about the Pro Physio Snow Angels event and what you have brought along.
It has been an absolutely incredible journey. This is our 6th year, and we've had participants across the city with companies and Pro Physio locations participating, and kids like Ollie being part of this campaign. It's been fantastic.
And you have brought along a check for
$35,452.
Okay, I'm doing a snow angel in June to say thank you. We'll start a new thing, Snow Angels in the Sand. Thank you very, very much on behalf of the Telethon team and the kids at CHEO.
Thank you.
providing comfort and dignity to those around them.
Yes, joining us now to talk about their palliative care approach and how Roger Nielsen House enriches the lives of children is Dr. Erin Kwolek, pediatric respirologist and palliative care physician. We are thrilled, of course, that there are wonderful, good people who get into this line of work. It seems like a brave choice. How did you choose palliative care?
I think it kind of goes back to when I started, or when I made the decision to be a physician. I wanted to help families. I wanted to make sure that my patients had good quality of life. And this is really an area of medicine that focuses on that. So sort of as I navigated a career to pediatrics and then to pediatric respirology, I saw a lot of families of medically complex and medically fragile children. And I felt that palliative care was really the best way to support them. And I really think this work is important.
It is important, and often those in your field talk about it doesn't matter how short the time is, it's still important. It's arguably even more important to get the best care possible.
Yeah, I think our team and palliative teams across the country really want to make sure that where children are sort of facing a short life, that the quality of their life is really important and that they're comfortable and their families are well supported both socially and physically and existentially as they kind of navigate their medical journeys.
I've been fortunate enough to go in and talk to a few families at Roger Nielsen House, finding those moments that are still so special and that are going to create memories, and having a chance to celebrate them is really a part of it. And then I've talked to people elsewhere who say, we would love to have something like that. We don't. How do you see that result when families do have a chance to have access to all of that palliative care? How different is that here than maybe in some places where that is just not available?
Yeah, I think a lot of people come to a palliative care team with a lot of preconceived notions about what they think palliative care is. And even probably a lot of people watching today are thinking about what palliative care means to them based on their experiences with their family. And I think people think it's a short relationship usually, that it comes right at the end of life. It's about symptom management and making sure that a death is peaceful and comfortable. But we really focus from the time that someone gets involved with our team on making sure that the quality of their life is good. And I always tell families to ask for anything because we really start from a place of yes. And our team kind of does everything they can to try and deliver what we can and what families need. So we meet them where they are and find out what they need.
And the connections with those families don't end with the child passing away, do they?
That's correct. So we even provide grief support and family support after a child has passed away.
How important is that part of it? Because I know that those families have such a deep attachment to the place, to the people.
Yeah, I don't think a relationship with a child ends when that child passes. Our parents are still parents. They still parent, even if they're not physically parenting their children. They continue to have parenting relationships. And so to have a team that supports those continuing relationships is really important. We have siblings who've lost siblings who continue to be siblings and still talk about their siblings. And I think it's a really helpful way to continue the legacy of the children who are followed by our program.
Found that really interesting and meaningful. We did something, I think, last year on the sibling group that is there. And sometimes the siblings are quite young. When they lose a brother or sister, they can't really register at that time, and it hits them a little bit later. And at Roger Nielsen House, they say, you come back if you need to come back, and you can be part of this group when the time is right for you to talk. I actually spoke with a friend of mine who lost her sibling very young, and she said, I would have loved to have something like that where I could have talked to other people who could relate to what I'd gone through.
Yeah, I think it is such a unique lived experience that if you haven't been through it or haven't participated in that kind of care, you really don't know what these siblings go through. And I think for a lot of them too, they come from a place where their family life is a long medical journey. And so a lot of their life, even while their sibling is alive, is highly medicalized. So it can be a really big change.
And as well, your team and you provide that human connection as well as a medicalized, naturally place as well. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for this.
Thank you for having me.
And we are going to go back to Leanne Cusack now.
Another Czech presentation, Leanne.
Now to one of the sweetest Czech presentations of the telethon, a delicious donation from Dairy Queen. Frozen treats to melt your heart. Noman Hussein joins us now. Lovely to see you, Noman.
Yeah, really good to see you too, Leanne. Thanks for having me today.
I understand you're at a DQ in Renfrew right now.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah,
You're
always
wanting-
good to be.
You're wanting to extend gratitude, though, to all of the franchisees.
Yes, absolutely. I just wanted to take a moment and recognize all our franchisees in Eastern Ontario for doing such a wonderful job last year and raising a very, very hefty amount of funds for such a noble cause that is near and dear to all our hearts.
Oh, well said. And it was a very hot day, I understand, which is just perfect for Dairy Queen fundraising. Describe it for us.
Leanne, I just want to give quick background. COVID really disrupted this fundraising activity for us. So we were really glad that it's fully back in August in the best weather possible with everyone out and about. And we raised some record amount of money last year as well. I want to also thank all our franchisees, especially the team members that worked in the store that day, because I was out and about for 14 hours that day in the stores. I know what it was like. I saw what they went through, and everybody had a smile on their face and did an amazing job. I couldn't be grateful, any more grateful to the team members and our system.
No, man, I've actually taken a little sneak peek at the total, and I have a pretty huge smile on my face right now as well, and so will everyone in our studio and all of the children at CHEO. You have brought along a check for more than...
Yeah, I'm very happy to tell you over $220,000 were raised in funds from our district this year. We are going to work hard to try and beat that, but really happy with that figure. Really, really happy with that.
Thank you so very much for this sweet total, and I know that you're grateful as a dad to have CHEO, and we're just really grateful to you and the whole team at DQ.
Yeah, thank you so much, and we will continue to do and try and do even better. Thank you.
Yay.
Amazing history with this telethon and with giving DQ Blizzards, of course, the best in this kind of weather, even better.
Yes, absolutely. We want to check in with Jackie Perez now, who's live from a place we spend a lot of time.
Yes.
Our makeup room. Jackie, what's going on back there?
Well, we're getting people's head shaves today, and it's all in support of CHEO. Joining me is Danielle Cardinal. Now, Danielle, this is her 13th baldiversary, and what does that mean? Well, she's been shaving her head for CHEO. This is her 5th hair shave. So this is what a little piece of it was like earlier, and we're going to continue on here. Danielle, tell us just why this is so close to your heart and so special to you.
I'm fortunate to be the aunt of some nieces and nephews who have gone through the doors at CHEO and have received exceptional care. And the staff and the programs at CHEO show up for people every day. So this is just a small gesture for me to show up for others. And people have been so kind and supportive and encouraging. Then they showed up for me. So everyone wins. It's just been awesome.
I love that you said that everyone wins. And not only have you been getting your head shaved for this special cause, because again, this hair is going to hair therapy, and it's going to the donations to make wigs for the CHEO Kidlets. You also have a check that you want to present today, and you worked really hard to raise this. Do you want to give me the grand total?
The grand total, and again, I'm thanking all those beautiful people who showed up for me in such big ways, is $5,061. So I'd wish to raise a big $5,000, and people showed up for me again in ways that I didn't anticipate. So thank you again, beautiful people. This is for a great, great cause.
Now, I just want to talk about one special question here is just you said people really showed up for you. What comes to mind when you think that, and what stood out for you?
People checking in to see how my rates were doing, or how close I was to my goal, rather, and offering to top things up just to make sure I got past the finish line. So I'm looking at you, Monique. I'm looking at you, Janice. I'm looking at all the special people, my family and friends who show up for me every time I shave my head, and they never roll their eyes. They just give me the love and give me the support, and I'm so fortunate.
We actually have a before picture that we're going to pull up on the TV here, and we're kind of lucky to see that. So right now we're halfway through the process, but this is what Danielle looked like beforehand with the long hair. And just how long did it take to grow this? Because like you said, this is your 5th session.
It typically takes about 3 years, and it's something I've just started in 2010 and decided to keep rolling with it because it's such a small gesture, but it's just something I can do to offer someone a wig, and I think it's again, a small gesture, but I'm so thankful to be able to amplify that with donations as well. So the beautiful people make that happen.
Thank you so much, and thank you for taking the time. And before we get to finishing off Danielle here, the man behind the shears, we have Roy Junie. Now, Roy, you were with Carte Blanche Salon and Spa. Yeah. Tell us how you've contributed, because in previous years, you've donated $200,000 just last year alone.
$200,000 we made last year.
Now, this week, you actually have a special going on for people who do want to cut their hair like Danielle here or shave their head like Danielle. What's the offer?
Yeah, so if you call Carte Blanche and make an appointment this week, we will donate all the funds to the CHEO Foundation.
Thank you. And that registration you could find on the site here on TV right now. Do you have the website as well?
Yes, it's cheofoundation.com.
All right. Thanks so much, Roy. I'm going to let you get to this, but I've been dying to do this. Danielle has been kind enough to let me help with this. So this is my first time doing this, so thank you for trusting me with this. We're going to take it back to studio as we continue finishing off Danielle's buzz cut.
First time doing this.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jackie, good job. Good job. Hold it steady now.
Holding the mic in the other hand, too.
Well done, well done. That's an amazing
It's a
dedication.
skill.
Wonderful to see that.
This is a good time of year, I guess, if you're going to shave your head, right? It's a
Yes.
little bit warmer out there. We're going to talk about Christmas, though, once again, as we go back to Leanne with another Czech presentation. Leanne.
Thank you. Well, it's Christmas in June. Will Ferrell may be famous for the movie Elf. Sean Turcotte is now ultra famous for his festive fundraising and Christmas decorating. Sean, lovely to see you. Welcome to the telethon.
Thank you, Leanne. Thanks for having us.
You are a guy who takes following theme to the next level, and you do it all for CHEO. Please tell us about the past few years.
Yeah, well, we've been fortunate enough to be able to do this now 3 consecutive years. We started in 2020 with National Anthem's Christmas Vacation theme, followed up with Home Alone in 21, and then this past year we did the movie Elf. And again, we've had tremendous success. Tens of thousands of people have come by, and we're very fortunate to raise another significant amount of money for CHEO.
Well, let's share the amount of virtual check for
Over $24,000.
Whoa, that is so incredible. And there are probably 24,000 stories that you've heard on your lawn as well, Sean.
We have, every single person, that comes by, everybody obviously very familiar with CHEO, but it's amazing to hear the stories about how CHEO has touched their family one way or another, especially with our kids. Being there, some strong mental health services, and we continue to do this because it gives us an opportunity to meet all these people and to contribute to the hospital.
And to youth mental health services. Thank you so much. We better give the last line to Elf.
Absolutely. The best way to spend Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Oh, we're hearing you and we're thanking you, Sean.
Thank you very much.
Incredible numbers from a great family, and that theme house is amazing every year.
It's really good. We thought Matt Scooby was excited before. Now that he's had a look at that, his favorite movie, right,
Yes.
Matt?
Candy canes, candy corns, and syrup. Santa, I know him. Fantastic. And just in case you were wondering, because we've had Sean on, and now we've also had Grandma Patricia, we talked about Magic of Lights, 204 sleeps until Christmas, just in case you were wondering. I understand we had a heat wave. I don't care, right? 204 sleeps until Christmas. Great stuff. Thank you, Sean. We also have Dairy Queen blizzards. So we've had pizza this hour. Now we have blizzards. Let me show you, right? Clearly you have to do upside down, but it's like, the spoon is stuck and we can't get it out. Just got like just like that, because we have to have something. There's no way we're not going to eat. So anyways, we're hanging out in the phone bank. We're stuffing our faces a little bit. Thank you to everyone who has donated so far. We're going to have another miracle match coming up shortly. I'm going to go and try to figure out how to get this spoon out of here.
I can get the blizzard to melt over here under the lights if someone wants to bring.
That's true. I should just leave them under there. Good call.
A bit of a hint.
And then I'll eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love those. All right. Thank you very much, Matt.
Let's head back to Leanne Cusack.
For years now, Global Child Care Services has been fundraising for CHEO and for very specific types of equipment. Joining us, we have
Kathy, Melanie, Colleen, and Tracy.
It is so lovely to see all of you. Tell us what your spring market has done for CHEO.
We were able to raise from our spring market $4,100 for CHEO, and accumulated with our 8th campaign with Global Child Care Services, we have managed to raise a total of $8,600 for CHEO.
That is incredible. Thank you all so very much. And you're purchasing a certain type of equipment, I understand.
Yes, we are hoping to purchase 15 oxygen analyzers for the critical care unit.
Oh, we want to thank you all so very, very much. Thanks for being with us on the telethon on behalf of the kids. Thank you to all of the work you're doing. And Colleen, we want to wish you the very best as you are expecting your first baby.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Well, back to CHEO now, and kid reporter Bella takes us into the operating room.
be Bella. Welcome to the CHEO operating room. My name's Sasha Carson. I'm one of the pediatric orthopedic surgeons. It is so nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of suturing with you. Bella, is this yours?
Yeah.
That's really neat. I haven't seen one of these before. Yeah.
I got for my birthday, I think like a year ago. I've been like getting really into like learning about surgery and all that. So I asked my parents for a kit for my birthday.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so we've got a silicone suture pad here. So this is really nice and fancy. This is one step up, if not many steps up, from the oranges and bananas that we used in medical school. We want it, from a surgical perspective, to be very straightforward. So we do all of our practicing, all of our preparation outside, long before we ever get in here. So that once we're in here, we can basically just focus on getting the patient better. So the fact that you're getting a head start and learning how to do this age, I can't even imagine how good you're going to be at this by the time you're actually working in the operating room.
Why have you chosen to work in pediatrics?
One of the biggest reasons is I love working with kids, and I find that a lot of my interest and passion lies in being able to take kids who are injured or in pain and aren't able to do things like walk or run or jump or do the things that they love, and be able to bring them back to that position or be able to develop that for them. So I mean, I think this was fantastic. You're already looking like you've already got the skills there.
Thank you so much.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Well, I'm really looking forward to working with you here in about 20 years.
Great to see our kid reporters out there.
Yeah, they're too good.
Yeah, they are. They're really good.
We're going to go back to Leanne now. Leanne.
Throughout this telethon, we have heard stories of resilience and hope. Our next presenters have turned loss, tragic loss, in the most loving direction. Please welcome Anne-Marie Warren and Myra Chronopoulos here with the Butterfly Run. It's lovely to see you both. And Myra, you're going to explain to everyone what Butterfly Run Ottawa is all about.
Yes, and thank you so much for having us. The Butterfly Run's goal is to support families in the Ottawa and surrounding areas who've experienced the loss of a child, and that could be during pregnancy, after birth as an infant, or supporting those dealing with infertility.
And you have had a personal experience and a very gratitude-filled experience with Roger Nielsen House, I understand.
Yes. I was introduced to CHEO's Roger Nielsen House when I lost my son Leo in 2020. He had passed away shortly after birth with severe health complications that weren't compatible with life. And CHEO's Roger Nielsen House was there to support us through that imaginable time.
We're really so grateful to you for being so gracious and sharing your story. And I know that the Butterfly Run Network is a pretty powerful and loving group, and you have done some profound fundraising. Anne-Marie, you have a check for...
We have a check for $70,000 this year.
Oh, we want to thank you so very much. And it's wonderful that you were here to share this message today on Telethon, because there may be viewers who need to get in touch with you to feel that support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful to see that.
That is such a powerful event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to go back now to the phone banks. Keep them ringing. Over with Matt Scooby. Matt?
Yeah, Grandma Patricia, those are the kind of stories, too, is, again, serious here for a moment as we talk about, we're going to have our fun clearly over the course of the day today and otherwise, but those are the kind of families, those are the kind of events that we're going through, not just today, but over the course of the year, that happen to support all these different families that are affected, and how CHEO helps in every single way, whether it's the Roger Nielsen House, whether it's the NICU or otherwise. We talked about how busy the emergency room was just last night. Just, again, a typical weekend, close to the start of summer, but all of the dollars that are donated today are helping support all of those different parts of the hospital, of CHEO. So again, be on standby. We have a miracle match coming up here shortly. Thank you for tuning in, and we are going to be with you here once again very shortly, Grandma Patricia.
All right. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate it. Well, Rick and Shelby Moreno know the joy of bringing a baby into the world. Tragically, they have also endured the unspeakable pain of saying goodbye to one.
Baby Olivia was just 22 days old when she died from a rare medical condition. Her family at her side at Roger Nielsen House. As CTV's Joel Haslam tells us, the pediatric hospice is a place of comfort and support during an unimaginable time.
Shelby and Rick Moreno still recall the excitement. An ultrasound revealing the gender of their second child. their joy boundless.
Even more ecstatic when we found out it was a girl. And
Well, maybe she was. I was really happy having one boy, and I thought, okay, 2 boys, and then we're getting that much closer to an NHL hockey team.
Okay.
But when baby Olivia arrived on June 2nd, 2018, Shelby and Rick's precious newborn was struggling.
Our world was shaken completely. We didn't even get a hold her right away.
Olivia was clinging to life. Doctors baffled by her distress, her condition a mystery.
No answers, lots of blood tests. She couldn't breathe on her own, so she was in an incubator, so we couldn't even have her in our hospital room with us. We had to go visit her. I couldn't breastfeed as planned.
It was just, it was not the celebration we expected.
Olivia was transferred to CHEO's neonatal intensive care unit. In the face of repeated seizures, a world of wires and machines worked to keep her alive. Simply holding the fragile infant took a team.
She had a CPAP machine on because she couldn't breathe on her own. All the wires attached to her head for all the seizures. So it really just took 2 nurses, take about 5 minutes to get everything ready for us to just hold her.
And some days, even that felt impossible. The torment of her condition, too much to bear.
All day, I just had the intention of holding my daughter, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I just feel like, I look back and I have these regrets.
Olivia was diagnosed with Zellweger syndrome, a rare and severely life-limiting disorder. After 2 weeks at CHEO, Rick and Shelby were given unspeakably heartbreaking news. Their baby would not live to see her home or grow up alongside her big brother, Desmond.
It came to the point where we had to tell him if we tried to bring her home, which was an option, we don't even know if she'd make the car ride.
Instead, the family was welcomed to a warm and compassionate home at Roger Nielsen House, a pediatric residential hospice where families find strength, understanding, and support, in collaboration with CHEO's palliative care team.
This is a place that you hope you never, ever, ever have to come to. But when you have to come to it, you're really, really grateful that it's here for you.
You're in really good hands.
For 3 unforgettable days, Rick and Shelby would treasure and say goodbye to the child they had just brought into the world. Roger Nielsen House would help them face the cruel and raw reality of the unimaginable.
When you hear palliative care, you think of end of life, you think of death and dying, and that is part of what we do, but there is so much more. What we value with all the families that we meet is making your child's experience in your life of the best quality for however long that may be.
Here, the Morenos felt the embrace of the Roger Nielsen House family, were given space to live and love.
This isn't just a place where children come to die. This is a place where children come to live and families come to be families.
Like, I got to have a bath with her. Like, it was just those mom normal milestones that you want to have with your infant. And now we could. We all napped together. Our son fell asleep with her on his chest. And it was like our world was complete.
In the worst time of my life, the worst experience that I think I've ever faced and hope I ever will face, I had this most beautiful, precious memory of my 2 children together. I just got to be a dad and hold my baby.
There is definitely sadness, but there is also so much joy.
And in those joyous interludes, parents find peace, even hope, make lasting memories, and carry them forward.
This was the best case scenario, an amazing experience for such a tragic event in our lives. And I can't help but smile every time I talk about Rogers House and the amazing things that they do. The molds that they made here of our son and our daughter's hands together. Like, she will forever be part of our family and my son's sister. And now we have another new little one, and she'll hear all about her too.
All she needed to know at the end was that her parents and her family loved her, and that she was in a place where we just got to focus on her finally and nothing else. And 5 years later, Shelby and I are so strong and happy and in love, and we love our kids and we love our life, and we're just so thankful and grateful that it was here for us and that it's here for many others, and it's amazing.
Did you guys have fun? Look at her.
Beautiful story, and Rick and Shelby Moreno join us now. Their beautiful daughter, Olivia, featured there. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Those pictures are incredible from that time there. There's a letter that you wrote, Rick, out to fellow beer store employees, right, to ask for some support. Very powerful letter where you talk about Roger Nielsen House and you say joy and love overpower fear and sorrow in there, which is sort of the ultimate thing that you want to achieve, but so hard to get to that point when you're in that moment. Tell me about those last days and that moment when Olivia was held by your son and you had the picture of that moment and got to sort of have a moment.
It was, it meant the world to us those last few days. We had a few very challenging weeks with our daughter, and we just didn't have the opportunity to really be parents like we wanted to without wires and hospital staff who were amazing. By the way, the NICU staff were unbelievable. But those last few days at the Roger Nielsen House, in a place that you feel like you never want to be, we're just very grateful that it was there for us. And that's why we're here today.
So you had a few days, without wires or anything, and you could hold your baby and your son could hold Olivia.
Exactly. And so one of the, I call it the happiest moment of my life in a place that you hope you never have to be, was when Desmond finally got the chance to hold his baby sister on his chest, and they fell asleep together. And that's just a really impactful moment for our family, I think.
It felt like being parents, just the normal, what you would expect when you come home with your baby.
Share your thoughts about Roger Nielsen House.
Yeah, Roger Nielsen House is incredible. No one really knows. No one really knows anything about it until you need it, unfortunately. And so we're here to kind of advocate for how incredible it is, and everything's covered. Everything is made so easy for the family just to focus on the children that you have in the last few days that you have with them.
Because everyone says they wouldn't be able to go on if they lost their child, and yet you have to go on and they make it possible, right?
Absolutely.
I think if it wasn't for the Roger Nielsen House, our ability to recover and move on with our lives and have just be the positive people and the happy family that we are, without Roger Nielsen House, that might not have come as easy. Not that any of it was easy, but I had a lot of regrets when we were in the NICU and at CHEO, because I was so focused on what was wrong with my daughter, what were the doctors going to say next, how difficult it was to just pick her up and hold her. And I remember some days feeling like, oh man, like I haven't even held my daughter. I've been at the hospital 16 hours. And then going to Roger Nielsen House and being able to do all of that stuff was the healing process that we needed even before we lost her.
It's beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm coughing, I'm emotional. You both speak very well, so thank you so much for sharing your memories of your daughter and saying the thank you that you wanted to Roger Nielsen House. We're going to go to Matt now for another Miracle Match.
This Miracle Match is sponsored by CHEO Staff Forum and CHEO Bear Fitness.
Well, the team at CHEO understands very well the importance of teamwork, creating a fun, social, healthy, and engaged workplace. They are not only dedicated to caring for patients and families, but also support CHEO's mission with their annual donation. I want to welcome in now Nick and Clark at this point, who are both with us right now. Nick and Clark, tell us about what it means to you to have a miracle match. You know what CHEO is all about, but tell us what it means to sponsor a miracle match.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like, we've been doing this, Nick and I, Staff Forum and CHEO Bear Fitness, which is a staff gym, have been contributing to the telethon for several years, and so happy that we're able to be a Miracle Match donor as well. So, in the next few minutes, hopefully people will call in.
We love having you on board. And Nick, tell us about what it means to you too. I know you have your CHEO Bears. We have a bunch of CHEO Bears here too. But what does it mean again for the staff there in the fitness to be able to sponsor this today?
Well, through all of the activities that we plan and organize, and through the staff forum lottery, that's how we are able to have this money to donate to the telethon. And we love CHEO, we love the staff, and we are all here for an excellent cause, and that's to look after our patients, and that's why we do it.
Well, we love you for being able to support us here today. I know you support CHEO clearly. I love your hero capes there too. Nick and Clark, thank you to all the staff for supporting us here this afternoon. Let's start it. They just talked about it, so let's start the clock, shall we now? Our 3-minute miracle match. Now is the time to donate at this point. You just heard them. We were just talking to them. This is a $15,000 miracle match. This is one of the biggest ones we're going to have all day. You want to talk about another person that supports CHEO? Want to check in with Danielle? Come on over, Danielle, because she just got her. Look at this is our after. It looks beautiful, fantastic, and hold up that hair. Let's see that hair. How does that feel? To now be clean shaven once again.
A little light, a little light.
But it feels good to be out there now, to be done. This is the 5th time you've done this, so.
It is. So another 3 years, I'll be doing it again until my hair is too gray. So this is just a little gesture I can do, and people have been so generous and so encouraging and so supportive. So I want to thank all those beautiful people who helped me reach my $5,000 goal.
That's fantastic. Danielle supporting CHEO. Thank you, Danielle. I'll let you go because we're going to keep going here. So great stuff. Be just like Nick. Be just like Clark. Be just like Danielle. Call 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. Caitlin, Ryder, Michaela, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left.
Call now.
Call now.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
All of the messages that we need. Absolutely. Thank you so much, gang, for helping us out here on this afternoon. It's a $15,000 miracle match. We are almost a couple of hours way through the CHEO Telethon. That's almost a third. I'm not allowed to do math oftentimes, but I think I can get that one right, at least at this point. So call us. Don't wait to support those at CHEO who need your help. You're right here. Look, have a look at our virtual phone bank. They are busy on the phones right now. We maybe have someone who's not on a phone. We need to get him on a phone right now because this is the time to double your donation, double your impact. $20 becomes $40, $40 becomes $80, all the way up until we get up to $15,000 for these 3 minutes. I know it's beautiful outside. I know it's lovely, but we need you to call us right now. You can also go on CHEOtelethon.com, but call, talk to a person, share a story, which is wonderful stuff. Mason and Elaine, how much time do we have left in this miracle match?
1 minute left in this miracle match. Call the number on your screen. How do you call?
Call.
Yeah!
Love it, Mason. Thank you so much to the both of you for that today. Be like the Civitan group. So how about the Almont Civitan Club just made a $2,500 donation today. They're challenging other social clubs in the area to do that. And how about the Perth Civitan Club too? They had their annual breakfast this morning in support of CHEO. They raised a whopping almost $12,000. Donating that, they did already. You don't have to donate $12,000. You can donate $12. You can donate $2. It's going to be doubled right now here in the next 30 seconds. So give us a call. The numbers are on your screen. 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. We're going to keep saying it until it's ingrained in your mind as much as it is mine because we're doubling it right now. Thank you again to the CHEO staff and the fitness staff because they have excellent stuff for us today. Where does the time go for these things? You still sneak it in. Get on the phone right now and call it in. Be quick about it because we'll take a few more calls to get in there to match for that miracle match. Thanks to all of you for donating once again, as always. Graham.
Another fantastic miracle match. Thanks, Matt. We want to head back to Leanne Cusack for another check presentation. Leanne.
We count on grocery stores like Sobeys to nourish our bodies. Our spirits are about to be bolstered too. Dan Pettigrew is the owner of Foodland in Winchester. It is always great to see you, Dan. You've been very busy for CHEO there in Winchester. Please tell us about that.
Thank you so much for having me, Leanne. We as a community in Winchester really got behind this community event. It's important for our entire banner across the country to participate in such incredible initiatives such as this one, especially because we have so many kids that are in our workforce that sometimes could rely and need a little assistance, such as kids' mental health awareness. And that's what this campaign was really meant to be about.
So it's not just your store, Sobeys stores across our region?
It was the entire Empire umbrella of stores right across the country that participated in this initiative.
We are wowed. Okay, that's sort of an understatement. We are more than wowed because you have brought along a check for how much, Dan?
Just over $308,000.
That is incredible. We would like to thank you so, so much. Thanks to the customers and to your team members as well.
Thank you so much again for
Wow.
having me be a part of it.
What a total.
What a total indeed. More than $300,000 from Sobeys. Amazing. Whether it's a checkup in the medical day unit or a day surgery in the OR, healthcare providers need many tools.
At CHEO, there's a dedicated team working diligently behind the scenes to provide clinical team members with all the necessary instruments to seamlessly deliver patient care.
So I'm Jennifer. This is CHEO's MDRD, so Medical Device Reprocessing Department. So this is where everything comes down dirty from the OR. When instruments are taken apart, we wash them first. So every instrument pan goes through the sonic. So sonic is like a water bath. After that, they would then go into the dishwasher. And then we have our cart wash. So instruments, once they're washed, the doors would automatically open up. They'll be very hot, so we have little oven mitts that we will use to take them out. Anything that's on this shelf, it has all been cleaned. So it's ready to be assembled, and then packaged, and then sterilized. So this whole cart, it needs to be sterilized. So we'll take this whole cart and we'll load it into the sterilizer. So the tape starts off like this, and then once it's gone through the process of the steam, it changes to the black. Visual indicator that it's gone through the process of sterilization. This is the OR sterile room. We've got ortho, gen surg, gynae, urology. So each service has their own shelf. And then, so this is a case that has been picked, a plastic surgery case for tomorrow. So we've got on here, we've got our sterile trays, linen, and our hardware. So each surgery is different, depends on the doctor, and depends on what procedure they're actually doing. We will just cover it up with our dust cover here, and then it goes up to the OR.
Love those behind the scenes again. A lot of this money, almost all of it going to those things needed behind the scenes, so many of them.
Absolutely. We've been talking a lot about Roger Nielsen House today. There would be no Roger Nielsen House without, of course, the Ottawa Senators as we go back to Leanne.
Jacqueline Belcito knows this telethon very well in her longtime role with the CHEO Foundation. She produced it. Jacqueline is still connected to CHEO through her work as president of the Senators Community Foundation. So lovely to see you on this special day, Jacqueline.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be on this side of the house, and it's also nice to be able to acknowledge that CHEO and Roger Nielsen House is an important part of the Ottawa Senators' legacy. Many years ago, the Senators Hockey Club leadership team invited the community to come together for this project. And really, Roger Nielsen House is symbolic of what hockey and community can do when they put their hearts and minds behind one great project.
And there is a whole lot of heart always at Roger Nielsen House, and it is truly a legacy project, and so many people in our community feel so connected to this place because they were part of the build, and you're continuing to build. Jacqueline, you have brought along a virtual check for...
We are so excited. We have brought on a check for $104,000, $267.
Woohoo! Applause to you. Thank you so very much, and great to see you.
Thank you so much, and have a great day today.
Oh, it is a great one. We really appreciate that.
Just incredible. Some six-figure checks there
Donations.
in the last hour.
And it is a great day as we continue to check our totals as we move through hour two now. We're going to go to the tote board. Here's how it looks out there.
We are nearing, if not exceeding, wow, look at that. $1.9 million.
Thank you. Yeah, they're waking up in here in the studio now.
We had to hit $2 million for people to get out here. This is a big, that's a big number, and just a wonderful start to our telethon this year.
Absolutely. Time for a quick break now, but first, another message from some CHEO kids.
Yeah! CHEO! This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Gabriel's Pizza. Yummy!
Donate if you can.
Monthly giving is one of the easiest ways to make a daily impact and help children and youth at CHEO. Consider becoming a monthly donor today, and Door Property Management will match your donation up to $25,000. Call now and make your donation online at CHEOTelethon.com to become a hero for CHEO. Families can count on CHEO because CHEO can count on you.
Hey, we're the Biggs and Bar Show from Shea 106.
And we were asked what CHEO means to us, and it means hope for families.
Thanks so much for supporting CHEO for all these years. We really appreciate it.
I'm Amy Volume from Shea 106, and I spent a significant piece of my childhood in hospital receiving treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. So the path that I am able to walk down today is partly in thanks to generous people like you and the wonderful rheumatology staff at CHEO, Infectious Diseases, 5 West. You guys are always in my thoughts. You're always on my mind. And if you want to be a hashtag hero for CHEO, please consider giving to the CHEO Telethon.
Hi, everybody. It's Sandra and Chris here.
Thank you all for supporting the CHEO Telethon once again this year. Obviously, we're coming off a really tough one, but we're friends, we're family, we're neighbors, we are a community, and we all understand that CHEO is a huge part of that. So thank you for your support this year.
It's CHEO Telethon time, so you know how this works. You go to CHEOTelethon.com. And remember, every donation is matched by sponsors, so they will double your money, which is an even bigger win for CHEO. So go right now, CHEOTelethon.com, CHEOTelethon.com.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Liuna, Local 527. Start building your construction career. Can we build it? Yeah. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
You're watching the CHEO Telethon.